Welcome to tonight's journey of deep ocean discovery. Tonight we explore the realm of eternal darkness. The deep sea remains largely unexplored by humans. Vast expanses of water exist without any sunlight. This hidden world holds countless fascinating biological mysteries. We will uncover 100 facts about it. Our focus rests on the absolute absence of light. Organisms here adapted to pure unyielding pitch blackness. You can relax your mind as we begin. Let the scientific facts calm your racing thoughts. The ocean depths offer a quiet, peaceful sanctuary. No sudden noises disrupt this tranquil underwater environment. We will study precise measurements and biological adaptations. Each fact brings new understanding of oceanic physics. Close your eyes and visualize the water column. Water pressure increases steadily with every descending meter. The surface world fades into distant memory now. Prepare your mind for deep, restful nighttime learning. Scientific observation reveals incredible truths about this ecosystem. Every organism here plays a vital ecological role. The darkness provides shelter for millions of species. Let us begin our exploration of the shadows. Fact number 1 begins with the photic zone. Sunlight cannot penetrate deeply into the ocean column. Most visible light disappears within 200 meters. This top layer is called the epipelagic zone. Photosynthesis can only occur within this shallow region. Phytoplankton require this solar energy for their survival. Below 200 meters lies the twilight zone. Only 1% of surface light reaches here. By 1,000 meters, all sunlight completely vanishes. This boundary marks the beginning of eternal night. Oceanographers define this as the aphotic zone layer. Water absorbs different wavelengths of light at varying rates. The ocean acts as a massive optical filter. Clear water molecules scatter and absorb photon energy. This physical process creates the vast dark habitat. Over 80% of the ocean lacks sunlight. This makes darkness the most common Earth environment. Modern sensors confirm these precise light attenuation measurements. These measurements help define marine ecosystem boundaries today. Fact number 2 focuses on marine light production. Bioluminescence is extremely common in the deep ocean. Nearly 90% of deep marine animals glow. These creatures create their own internal chemical light. The chemical reaction requires a molecule called luciferin. An enzyme named luciferase acts as a chemical catalyst. This combination releases energy in the form of photons. The resulting light produces almost no heat at all. Scientists refer to this phenomenon as cold light. Some species use light to attract potential mates. Others flash bright signals to startle approaching predators. Certain fish dangle glowing lures to catch prey. The anglerfish provides the most famous biological example. Its glowing appendage contains millions of symbiotic bacteria. Researchers first documented these glowing bacteria in 1920. The chemical structures vary slightly among different organisms. Evolution favored this trait independently across many lineages. It remains an essential tool for deep communication. Fact number 3 examines the bathypelagic ocean layer. People commonly refer to this as the midnight zone. It extends from 1,000 to 4,000 meters. The temperature here remains extremely stable year-round. Thermometers consistently register around 4 degrees Celsius here. Water pressure reaches roughly 400 atmospheres total. No seasonal changes affect this deep marine environment. Surface storms never disturb the calm bathypelagic waters. Animals living here possess very slow metabolic rates. Food sources remain incredibly scarce in this region. Most nutrition arrives as falling organic detritus particles. Biologists call this falling material marine snow drift. It takes weeks for particles to reach these depths. Sponges and brittle stars wait patiently for this food. The midnight zone covers a massive global area. It represents the largest single ecosystem on Earth. The Challenger expedition of 1872 explored here. They dredged up thousands of unknown biological specimens. Fact number 4 explains underwater color absorption physics. Ocean water absorbs red light wavelengths almost immediately. Red light disappears within the first 10 meters. This physical property dramatically affects deep-sea camouflage. Many deep ocean crustaceans possess bright red shells. In the sunlight, they would be highly visible. However, no red light exists in the deep sea. Therefore, red objects reflect no light back out. To deep-sea predators, red animals appear completely black. This optical illusion provides perfect invisibility against predators. The bloody bellycomb jelly utilizes this exact strategy. Scientists discovered this crimson creature in 2001. Its dark red stomach masks glowing digested prey. Without this red shield, the jelly would glow. A glowing stomach would easily attract larger predators. Most bioluminescence naturally glows in blue or green. Red coloration acts as an evolutionary cloaking device. Physics and biology merge perfectly in this adaptation. Fact number 5 details the evolution of giant eyes. Many Twilight Zone creatures developed massive optical organs. They need to capture every possible stray photon. The giant squid possesses the largest known eyes. Each eye measures up to 27 centimeters across. This size equals a standard human dinner plate. The massive pupil absorbs tiny amounts of ambient light. These eyes evolved specifically to spot sperm whales. Sperm whales are the giant squid's primary predator. Moving whales disturb bioluminescent plankton in the water. The squid sees this faint glowing outline approaching. Researchers measured squid visual sensitivity in recent years. Mathematical models proved the efficiency of these eyes. A larger lens gathers significantly more light energy. However, maintaining huge eyes requires immense metabolic energy. Below 2,000 meters, giant eyes become useless. The absolute darkness renders large optical structures obsolete. Evolution shapes vision based on exact depth parameters. Fact number 6 explores the strange tubular eyes. Some deep-sea fish developed cylindrical eye structures. The barrel eye fish provides a fascinating anatomical example. Scientists first described this species in 1939. Its eyes resemble two glowing green upward-facing tubes. These tubular eyes sit inside a transparent fluid-filled shield. The fish looks constantly upward toward the ocean surface. It searches for the faint silhouettes of falling prey. The green lens filters out residual blue sunlight. This filtering helps distinguish bioluminescent prey from background light. In 2009, researchers observed a live specimen. They discovered the eyes can actually rotate forward. This rotation allows the fish to see its mouth. Tubular eyes contain high densities of rod cells. Rod cells specialize in extreme low light vision. They cannot detect fine details or sharp color variations. This visual system perfectly suits the mesopelagic zone. It maximizes sensitivity in a nearly dark environment. Fact number 7 involves the tapetum lucidum layer. Many deep-sea predators possess this reflective eye tissue. It sits directly behind the retina in the eye. Incoming light passes through the retina cells first. The tapetum lucidum then bounces the light back. The photons strike the retinal receptors a second time. This effectively doubles the visual sensitivity of the animal. Cats and dogs have this same reflective anatomical feature. Deep-sea sharks rely heavily on this biological mirror. The Portuguese dogfish lives at 3,000 meters deep. Its tapetum lucidum contains tiny reflective guanine crystals. These crystals align precisely to maximize light reflection. The reflection allows sharks to hunt in total darkness. Some deep-sea fish can actually cover this layer. They use dark pigment to shield the reflective crystals. This prevents their own eyes from reflecting bioluminescent flashes. Concealing eye shine helps them hide from larger predators. It represents a complex evolutionary arms race underwater. Fact number 8 covers deep ocean thermal dynamics. The absence of sunlight creates extreme temperature conditions. Solar radiation only warms the top ocean layer. Wind and waves mix this warm surface water constantly. Below this mixed layer lies the permanent thermocline. The thermocline is a zone of rapid temperature decrease. By 1,000 meters, the water becomes frigid. The temperature drops to near freezing and stays there. No solar heat energy penetrates into the deep abyss. Deep water currents originate from the polar ice caps. Cold dense water sinks in the Arctic and Antarctic. This chilled water slowly creeps across the ocean floor. The global thermohaline circulation drives this massive water movement. It takes 1,000 years for a complete cycle. Deep-sea creatures must adapt to this constant cold. Their cell membranes contain special unsaturated lipid molecules. These lipids prevent their cellular structures from freezing solid. Without sunlight, the deep ocean remains a frozen desert. Fact number 9 details the structure of photophores. Photophores are specialized light-emitting organs in marine animals. They function similarly to small biological flashlights underwater. A typical photophore contains a cluster of photogenic cells. These active cells produce the actual bioluminescent chemical reaction. A layer of dark pigment surrounds the light cells. This pigment prevents internal light from leaking backward. Many photophores also feature a distinct biological lens. The lens focuses the emitted light into a beam. The lanternfish displays rows of photophores along its belly. Scientists use these unique dot patterns to identify species. Over 200 distinct lanternfish species exist today. Their photophores connect directly to their central nervous system. The fish can turn the lights on and off. They control the intensity of the glow with precision. Nerve impulses regulate the flow of oxygen to cells. Oxygen is required for the luciferin chemical reaction process. This precise control enables complex bioluminescent communication patterns. Fact number 10 explores the concept of counter-illumination. This is a brilliant evolutionary form of active camouflage. In the twilight zone, predators often look straight up. They search for dark silhouettes against the surface light. To avoid detection, prey animals illuminate their own bellies. They use photophores to match the downwelling sunlight perfectly. Fact number 11. Sunlight simply cannot reach the deepest ocean floors. The photic zone ends at 200 meters. Beyond this specific point lies the mesopelagic zone. Only 1% of surface light enters here. Blue light wavelengths travel furthest through the water. Red light wavelengths disappear completely within 10 meters. Absolute darkness begins at exactly 1000 meters. This distinct boundary marks the upper bathypelagic zone. Photons simply cannot penetrate this immense water column. Water molecules scatter and absorb the solar energy. Scientists measure this light attenuation using specialized photometers. These sensitive instruments detect even single stray photons. Zero solar photons exist below 1000 meters. This creates a permanent and eternal aquatic night. Life must adapt to this total visual void. Organisms rely heavily upon alternative sensory input methods. Evolution shaped them for a completely lightless existence. Oceanographers recorded these exact measurements in 1932. William Beebe confirmed the darkness inside his bathysphere. The complete absence of light defines this massive habitat. Fact number 12. Bioluminescence provides the primary illumination in deep waters. Nearly 90% of deep organisms produce light. This living light relies on a chemical reaction. A specific molecule called luciferin reacts with oxygen. An enzyme named luciferase catalyzes this complex process. The reaction releases energy as a cold light. Almost no heat escapes during this chemical exchange. Most creatures emit blue or green light wavelengths. These specific colors travel furthest in dense seawater. Wavelengths around 470 nanometers work best. Some species produce light to attract potential mates. Others use bright flashes to startle approaching predators. Researchers isolated luciferin in the late 19th century. Raphael Du Bois conducted these pioneering marine chemical experiments. He extracted the luminous compounds from glowing clams. His meticulous work revealed the mechanics of living light. The deep ocean flashes constantly with biological signals. These tiny sparks break the eternal darkness briefly. Chemical energy replaces solar energy in this realm. Evolution perfected this organic lighting system over millions of years. Fact number 13. Many deep-sea fish possess highly specialized ocular structures. Tubular eyes dominate many mesopelagic zone animal inhabitants. These cylindrical structures point upward toward the surface. They capture the faintest traces of downwelling sunlight. The barrel-eye fish exhibits this highly unique anatomy. Its eyes sit inside a transparent fluid-filled shield. The optical lenses are unusually large and spherical. This shape maximizes the gathering of scarce photons. A reflective layer sits directly behind the retina. Scientists call this specific tissue the tapetum lucidum. It bounces light back through the photoreceptor cells. This double exposure increases visual sensitivity quite significantly. Deep-sea retinas pack millions of rod cells together. Cone cells are completely absent in most species. Color vision holds no value in absolute darkness. These eyes detect faint shadows against the surface. Predators spot the dark silhouettes of prey above. Marine biologists studied these eyes using electron microscopes. The cellular density surpasses any known surface animal. Vision remains crucial even in the dimmest environments. Every single collected photon matters for survival down here. Fact number 14. The deep scattering layer creates a false bottom. Sonar operators discovered this phenomenon during World War II. Acoustic pulses bounced off a mysterious midwater layer. This biological layer shifted depth throughout the day. It sits between 300 and 400 meters. Trillions of small organisms form this dense band. Lanternfish and tiny krill make up the majority. They possess gas-filled swim bladders that reflect sound. These creatures perform the largest daily migration on Earth. They ascend rapidly to the surface at dusk. Feeding occurs safely under the cover of night. At dawn, they retreat back to the dark depths. This massive vertical movement transports tons of carbon. It transfers vital energy from the surface downward. Oceanographers track this biomass using acoustic Doppler currents. The scattering layer spans across all major global oceans. Satellites monitor the surface effects of this migration. The sheer volume of moving life defies comprehension. This daily cycle sustains the deep ocean ecosystem. This biological rhythm continues unbroken across the entire globe. Fact number 15. Red pigmentation acts as an effective invisibility cloak. Many deep-sea crustaceans display bright crimson outer shells. At the surface, this color appears highly conspicuous. Below 500 meters, the visual rules change entirely. Seawater absorbs long red light wavelengths very rapidly. No red light exists naturally in the deep ocean. Therefore, red objects cannot reflect any red light. They appear completely black to other marine animals. The deep-sea shrimp Acanthophera purpurea utilizes this trick. Its scarlet body blends perfectly into the black void. Predators with blue-sensitive eyes look right past it. Scientists observe this visual phenomenon using bright submersible floodlights. Under artificial white light, the vivid red emerges. In natural conditions, it equals total absolute darkness. Pigment synthesis requires significant metabolic energy to maintain. Yet the survival benefit outweighs the high biological cost. This specific camouflage strategy appears across multiple invertebrate families. Evolution favors this color in the twilight zone. Deep-sea jellyfish also utilize red pigments for concealment. Their red coloring acts perfectly as deep ocean stealth armor. Fact number 16. Counter-illumination effectively hides creatures from upward-looking pelagic predators. Shadows easily betray animals swimming in the twilight zone. Predators below look for dark shapes moving above them. Many fish eliminate their silhouettes using specialized glowing organs. These photophores line their ventral, or bottom, body surfaces. The biological organs emit a very faint blue light. This glow perfectly matches the downwelling ambient solar light. The marine hatchetfish uses this strategy with extreme precision. It actively controls the intensity of its ventral lights. It adjusts the brightness as surface cloud cover changes. Special optical filters inside the photophores tune the color. The emitted light matches the exact surrounding ocean spectrum. This renders the fish practically invisible from directly below. Researchers measured this light matching in the 1980s. They found the spectral overlap was nearly absolutely perfect. This dynamic camouflage requires constant and precise environmental monitoring. The fish acts as a living biological light meter. Such adaptations define survival in the mesopelagic zone. Evolution crafted a flawless optical illusion in the dark water. Fact number 17. The vampire squid navigates the deep oxygen minimum zone. It lives permanently between 600 and 900 meters. This ancient cephalopod lacks a defensive ink sac entirely. Black ink serves no practical purpose in absolute darkness. Instead, it deploys a glowing and viscous defensive cloud. The squid ejects a thick, highly bioluminescent liquid mucus. This sticky substance contains countless glowing blue light particles. The luminous cloud dazzles and confuses potential deep-sea attackers. It creates a glowing curtain in the dark water. The predator attacks the bright light instead of the squid. The vampire squid then escapes quietly into the shadows. This complex mucus requires 10 minutes to fully dissipate. The animal only uses this extreme defense as a last resort. Producing the glowing slime drains precious and scarce metabolic reserves. Marine biologists filmed this unique behavior in 1998. The Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute captured the rare footage. The discovery changed our view of deep-sea defense mechanisms. This brilliant strategy ensures survival against faster visual hunters. Fact number 18. The anglerfish uses a highly modified dorsal fin spine. This unique structure acts as a biological fishing rod. A fleshy organ called the esker sits at the tip. The esker houses millions of specialized bioluminescent marine bacteria. These glowing bacteria belong to the family known as Vibrianaceae. They live in a mutually beneficial symbiotic relationship with the fish. The anglerfish provides essential nutrients and a highly safe environment. The bacteria provide the alluring and deadly light source. The fish cannot actually produce light on its own. It acquires these specific bacteria from the surrounding cold seawater. The glowing lure dangles directly in front of the mouth. Curious prey swim toward the mysterious and isolated light point. The anglerfish waits in the darkness with extreme predatory stillness. It snaps its massive toothed jaws in mere milliseconds. The sudden mechanical vacuum sucks the prey entirely inside. Some species feature branching lures with multiple glowing tips. This adaptation ensures survival where food remains extremely scarce. This biological partnership perfectly illustrates deep ocean evolutionary ingenuity. Fact number 19. Deep-sea darkness heavily disrupts standard biological internal clocks. Surface animals rely on daily sunlight to regulate sleep. This natural cycle is called the biological circadian rhythm. Below 1,000 meters, day and night lose all meaning. The environment remains permanently and completely pitch black forever. Water temperatures stay constant around 3 degrees Celsius year-round. Many deep ocean dwellers completely lack daily behavioral activity cycles. Their specific activity patterns appear completely random and unpredictable. They sleep and hunt at highly irregular time intervals. Scientists studied deep-sea hagfish to understand this biological phenomenon. They monitored their movements in specialized laboratory pressure chambers. The fish showed no 24-hour predictable activity patterns whatsoever. They responded only to the sudden presence of fresh food. Evolution discarded the internal solar clock in these deep species. Maintaining a circadian rhythm wastes vital energy in constant darkness. Time is measured only by the rare arrival of meals. The eternal night creates a timeless state of biological existence. Life moves solely according to the availability of falling nutrients. Fact number 20. Total darkness influences animal physical size in profound ways. Deep-sea gigantism occurs across multiple distinct taxonomic marine groups. Invertebrates often grow much larger than their surface relatives. The giant isopod reaches 30 centimeters in total body length. Its shallow water cousins measure only a few tiny millimeters. The colossal squid grows to an astounding 14 meters long. Several environmental factors drive this massive biological scaling phenomenon. Fact number 21. Most creatures in the bathypelagic zone produce their own light. Scientists estimate this applies to 90% of species. The darkness here is absolute. Sunlight cannot penetrate beyond 1,000 meters. Animals must generate illumination chemically. This process is called bioluminescence. The chemical luciferin reacts with oxygen. An enzyme called luciferase acts as a catalyst. This reaction releases energy in the form of photons. The resulting light is usually blue or green. These specific colors travel furthest in cold seawater. Blue light has a wavelength of roughly 470 nanometers. This wavelength penetrates the dense liquid medium efficiently. Marine biologists first documented this widespread phenomenon in 1934. William Beebe observed it from his bathysphere. He noted flashes of blue light in the pitch black. The deep ocean resembles a dark sky filled with stars. Every flash serves a precise biological purpose. Organisms use light to communicate with potential mates. Some use it to startle approaching predators. Others employ bioluminescence to lure unsuspecting prey. The dark environment makes these light signals highly effective. Fact number 22. Many mesopelagic animals use light to hide themselves entirely. This camouflage technique is known as counter-illumination. The velvet belly lantern shark employs this strategy perfectly. It lives at depths of around 500 meters. Faint sunlight still filters down from above. Predators looking upward can see dark silhouettes against the light. The lantern shark prevents this by lighting up its belly. Specialized organs called photophores emit a steady blue glow. The shark matches the intensity of the downwelling sunlight. This visual trick erases its silhouette completely. To a predator below, the shark becomes totally invisible. The photophores are controlled by the shark's hormones. Melatonin regulates the brightness of the emitted light. Scientists measured this precise light matching in 1998. They found the emitted light perfectly matches the background spectrum. The shark constantly adjusts its glow as depth changes. It measures the ambient light using its pineal gland. This adaptation requires significant energy output. Yet it ensures survival in a perilous boundary zone. The darkness below provides no cover from upward-looking eyes. Fact number 23. Red coloration functions as perfect camouflage in deep water. Water molecules absorb light differently depending on the wavelength. Red light possesses the lowest energy in the visible spectrum. It gets absorbed completely within the first 10 meters. Below this depth, red photons simply do not exist. Therefore, red objects cannot reflect any light. The deep-sea jellyfish Atolla y-vile is a deep crimson. It lives at depths exceeding 2,000 meters. In this environment, the red jellyfish appears completely black. Predators cannot spot it against the dark background. Marine biologists collected the first specimens in 1873. The HMS Challenger expedition brought these red creatures to the surface. Scientists were initially puzzled by their bright coloration. They later understood the physics of light attenuation. Blue light scatters widely, but red light vanishes. Many deep-sea crustaceans also sport bright scarlet shells. The bloody red shrimp relies on this physical property for survival. Without red light to reflect, they remain unseen. Their bright color is an illusion of the surface world. Fact number 24. The giant squid possesses the largest eyes in the animal kingdom. Each eye measures up to 27 centimeters across. This is roughly the size of a standard dinner plate. The pupil alone can expand to 9 centimeters. These massive eyes evolved specifically for the deep-sea darkness. They capture the smallest possible amounts of ambient light. Giant squids inhabit depths between 300 and 1,000 meters. They hunt in environments with almost zero solar illumination. The large lenses gather faint bioluminescent flashes from great distances. Scientists calculate they can see glowing objects 120 meters away. This visual range is crucial for detecting approaching sperm whales. Sperm whales disturb glowing plankton as they swim. The squid sees this glowing wake long before the whale arrives. Researchers first photographed a live giant squid in 2004. The images confirmed the immense scale of their visual organs. The retina contains densely packed photoreceptor cells. This maximizes sensitivity in a world devoid of sunlight. Their vision is highly specialized for monochrome contrast. Fact number 25. The vampire squid uses glowing particles instead of dark ink. It resides in the oxygen minimum zone of the ocean. This layer sits between 600 and 900 meters deep. Dark ink is entirely useless in this pitch-black environment. Predators would not see an ink cloud anyway. Instead, the squid ejects a thick cloud of bioluminescent mucus. This glowing fluid contains countless tiny light-producing particles. The sudden flash of blue light disorients the attacker. The glowing cloud persists in the water for nearly 10 minutes. This provides ample time for the squid to escape into the darkness. The vampire squid lacks an ink sac entirely. Evolution replaced it with this unique photophore system. German marine biologist Carl Chun first described this species in 1903. He named it Vampirocheuthis infernalis, meaning vampire squid from hell. Despite the frightening name, it is a gentle scavenger. It feeds primarily on falling detritus in the dark water. The glowing defense mechanism requires very little oxygen to deploy. This suits its low oxygen habitat perfectly. Fact number 26. The loose-jaw fish produces a rare red bioluminescence. Most deep-sea creatures cannot see red light at all. They lack the necessary visual pigments in their eyes. The loose-jaw fish exploits this biological blind spot. It emits a beam of red light from organs beneath its eyes. This light acts like a covert sniper scope. The fish illuminates its prey without alerting them. The prey remains completely unaware of the approaching predator. The loose-jaw fish can see this red light clearly. It possesses specialized visual pigments tailored for long wavelengths. The red light peaks at around 700 nanometers. Scientists discovered this unique mechanism in the late 1990s. Producing red light requires a complex chemical filter. The fish first generates standard blue-green light. A fluorescent pigment then absorbs the blue light. It re-emits the energy as red light. This process is highly inefficient but offers a massive tactical advantage. The fish navigates the dark ocean with invisible high beams. It hunts effectively while remaining hidden from other predators. This makes the loose-jaw fish a highly specialized apex predator. Evolution perfected this biological night vision over millions of years. Fact number 27. Deep-sea anglerfish rely on symbiotic bacteria to light their lures. The fleshy appendage on their head is called an esker. The esker contains millions of glowing bacteria called Vibrio fischeri. The anglerfish cannot produce light on its own. It provides a safe, nutrient-rich home for the bacteria. In return, the bacteria provide constant illumination in the dark. The fish controls the blood flow to the esker. This regulates the oxygen supply to the bacterial colony. By altering oxygen levels, the fish controls the light's brightness. It can pulse the light to mimic a dying shrimp. This flickering glow attracts curious prey out of the shadows. When the prey gets close, the anglerfish strikes instantly. The jaws snap shut in just milliseconds. Scientists first classified deep-sea anglerfish in 1833. There are now over 160 known species. Each species has a uniquely shaped esker. Some lures resemble small worms, while others look like glowing spheres. The darkness makes this deceptive lighting highly effective. This hunting strategy requires very little energy expenditure. The anglerfish simply waits patiently in the freezing void. Fact number 28. The barrel-eye fish possesses a transparent head and tubular eyes. This strange anatomy helps it hunt in the twilight zone. It lives at depths of roughly 600 to 800 meters. Sunlight here is incredibly faint and highly directional. The fish's eyes are shaped like large, upward-pointing tubes. They are capped with bright green lenses. These lenses filter out the ambient sunlight from above. This filtering helps the fish spot the bioluminescent glow of prey. The transparent fluid-filled shield protects the sensitive eyes. For decades, scientists believed the eyes were fixed upward. In 2009, researchers observed a live specimen. They discovered the eyes can rotate within the transparent shield. The fish looks up to find silhouettes of prey. It then rotates its eyes forward to strike. Marine biologists originally described the species in 1939. Early specimens were damaged during the long journey to the surface. The delicate transparent dome always ruptured in the fishing nets. Modern submersibles finally revealed its true form in the dark. This visual system is completely unique among marine vertebrates. It demonstrates the incredible adaptability of life on Earth. Fact number 29. The primary food source in the dark ocean is marine snow. This consists of organic detritus falling from the sunlit surface. It includes dead plankton, fecal matter, and decaying tissue. These particles clump together as they slowly sink. The falling debris resembles a constant, gentle snowfall. Marine snow transports vital carbon to the deep sea. The sinking process is incredibly slow and steady. Particles fall at a rate of roughly 100 meters per day. It takes weeks for surface material to reach the abyssal plain. This falling organic matter sustains countless deep-sea organisms. Vampire squids capture marine snow using long, sticky filaments. Sea cucumbers vacuum the fallen snow from the ocean floor. Scientists first coined the term marine snow in 1952. Biologist William Beebe observed it during his early deep dives. The concentration of marine snow decreases with depth. Bacteria consume much of it before it reaches the bottom. Only about 1% of surface organic matter reaches the seafloor. Fact number 31. The aphotic zone represents true oceanic darkness. This region begins at 1,000 meters down. Sunlight completely fails to reach these extreme depths. Photons from the surface scatter and fade away. The dense water absorbs all visible light spectrums. Photosynthesis cannot occur in this deep marine environment. Plant life ceases to exist here almost entirely. Only falling marine snow sustains the ecosystem below. This zone covers roughly half of Earth's surface. The absolute darkness spans millions of cubic kilometers. It remains the largest single habitat on our planet. Temperatures hover near freezing throughout the entire year. Pressure reaches hundreds of atmospheres in this layer. The darkness here is strictly permanent and unchanging. Traditional day and night cycles simply do not exist. Solar events never penetrate this deep water column. Seasonal weather changes rarely affect this silent realm. Ocean currents move slowly through the black water. Animals must adapt to a state of perpetual night. Scientists define this as the true deep sea. This environment remains incredibly stable over millennia. Fact number 32. Bioluminescence provides the primary light in the abyss. This biological glow stems from specific chemical reactions. A unique molecule called luciferin produces the light. An enzyme named luciferase acts as the chemical catalyst. Dissolved oxygen must be present for this reaction. The process releases energy as visible light photons. It generates almost no thermal heat at all. Marine scientists refer to this phenomenon as cold light. Nearly 90% of deep marine life glows. They use light to communicate and hunt prey. Different pelagic species emit different colors of light. Blue and green are the most common marine hues. These specific wavelengths travel furthest in dense seawater. Yellow and red bioluminescence occur very rarely here. Some organisms can control their sudden light flashes. They regulate the chemical mixing within specialized cells. Researchers call these dedicated light organs photophores. The flashes can confuse predators or attract mates. Each species displays a unique glowing biological pattern. This living light creates a beautiful underwater display. Fact number 33. Deep ocean dwellers exhibit highly extreme eye adaptations. Mesopelagic fish often possess massive spherical ocular organs. These giant eyes capture the faintest surface light. Their pupils remain permanently dilated for maximum absorption. Retinas contain incredibly high densities of rod cells. Color-detecting cone cells are completely absent in these retinas. This structural limitation means they only see in grayscale. Below 2,000 meters, eye structures change drastically. Bathypelagic species often lose their vision entirely over time. Maintaining complex eyes requires massive biological energy reserves. Evolution favors strict energy conservation in extreme environments. Many abyssal fish develop tiny, non-functional vestigial eyes. Some bottom-dwelling species are born completely blind today. They rely entirely on other sensory organs instead. Olfactory senses become highly developed in these blind species. Touch and pressure sensitivity replace all visual input. Long sensory filaments help them navigate the dark floor. Their brains rewire to process non-visual spatial data. These adaptations ensure survival in a lightless world. Fact number 34. Red coloration serves as perfect deep-sea camouflage. Water molecules absorb red light very quickly underwater. Red wavelengths disappear completely after just 10 meters. In the deep ocean, red ambient light is absent. Therefore, a red object cannot reflect red light. It absorbs the surrounding ambient blue light instead. This optical effect makes red creatures appear pitch black. Predators cannot see them against the dark background. Many deep-sea shrimp exhibit bright red outer shells. The giant red mysid survives using this optical trick. Atypical pigmentation acts as a biological invisibility cloak. Deep-sea jellyfish often display dark crimson stomachs. This hides the glowing bioluminescent prey they consume. If their stomachs were transparent, predators would notice. The swallowed prey would act like a glowing beacon. Red stomach tissue prevents this dangerous internal glow. It blocks the blue light from escaping their bodies. This adaptation saves them from larger visual hunters. Red serves as the ultimate deep-sea disguise. Fact number 35. The deep-sea anglerfish utilizes a glowing biological lure. This modified dorsal fin acts as a fishing rod. The fleshy glowing tip is scientifically called the esker. Millions of bioluminescent bacteria live inside this structure. The biological relationship is entirely and mutually symbiotic. The fish provides vital nutrients to the bacteria. The bacteria provide the essential hunting light source. Anglerfish can control the brightness of this lure. They restrict internal blood flow to dim the light. This pulsing glow accurately mimics small swimming prey. Curious predators approach the flickering light source cautiously. The anglerfish waits in a state of absolute stillness. Its massive jaws open in mere fractions of milliseconds. The sudden vacuum sucks the victim inside immediately. Long inward-pointing teeth prevent any chance of escape. This passive hunting method conserves massive amounts of energy. The fish rarely needs to swim actively for food. It simply waits for meals to come to it. Patience is their greatest evolutionary hunting advantage. Fact number 36. Counterillumination is a highly vital deep-sea survival strategy. Hatchetfish perfectly demonstrate this active biological camouflage technique. They inhabit the twilight zone around 600 meters. Predators often look upward to spot prey silhouettes. Faint downwelling sunlight exposes swimming fish from below. Hatchetfish possess photophores along their flat ventral surface. These specialized light organs point directly downward constantly. They emit a pale blue light into the depths. The fish matches the exact intensity of surface light. This eliminates their dark silhouette completely from view. Predators swimming below see only empty blue water. The hatchetfish becomes effectively invisible from a lower angle. They adjust their glow as surface cloud cover changes. Special ocular tubes measure the ambient light from above. Nervous system signals regulate the downward photophore output. This dynamic camouflage requires constant daily energy expenditure. It remains highly effective against sharp visual hunters. The light output must be perfectly calibrated always. Even slight mismatches could result in immediate predation. Evolution perfected this optical illusion over millions of years. Fact number 37. The vampire squid employs highly unique defensive mechanisms. It lives deep in the oxygen minimum zone. Traditional squid ink is useless in the dark abyss. Predators cannot see dark ink clouds without ambient light. Instead, this squid ejects a thick bioluminescent mucus. This glowing cloud contains countless tiny blue luminous particles. The sudden flash temporarily blinds attacking deep-sea predators. It creates a glowing diversion in the dark water. The squid escapes quietly into the surrounding blackness. The ejected mucus glows brightly for nearly 10 minutes. This ancient species lacks traditional ink sacs entirely. It relies completely on this glowing chemical defense. The vampire squid also performs a strange defensive posture. It pulls its webbed arms tightly over its head. This exposes rows of fleshy, non-venomous defensive spines. The posture resembles a dark umbrella turning inside out. This shape confuses predators trying to find a head. This allows the squid to survive without fighting. The glowing particles fade slowly into the dark water. Fact number 38. Blind deep-sea fish rely heavily on water pressure. They utilize a highly specialized lateral line system. This sensory network runs along their entire body flanks. It consists of fluid-filled canals just under the skin. Tiny sensitive hair cells line these internal sensory canals. Moving objects create faint pressure waves in the water. These waves compress the fluid inside the biological canals. The hair cells detect these microscopic water pressure changes. The fish builds a mental spatial map of its surroundings. It can sense the exact size of approaching predators. It can detect the swimming speed of nearby prey. The system works perfectly in absolute oceanic darkness. It requires absolutely no light to function effectively. Even stationary objects alter the ambient water currents. The lateral line detects these subtle current shifts easily. This allows blind fish to navigate complex rocky terrain. They avoid obstacles without ever opening an eye. The sensory data travels directly to their brain. It processes these signals faster than visual information. Water pressure provides a detailed map of the dark. Fact number 39. The barrel-eye fish possesses a completely transparent head. This clear dome allows it to look straight upward. Its tubular eyes reside entirely inside its fluid-filled skull. A tough biological shield protects these delicate ocular structures. The eyes contain special green pigments to filter light. This filters out residual ambient sunlight from the surface. It helps the fish spot bioluminescent prey hiding above. The eyes can actually rotate within the transparent dome. They point forward when the fish is actively feeding. Scientists discovered this rotation mechanism in 2009. Previous specimens brought to the surface were always damaged. The extreme pressure change always destroyed the fragile head. Deep-sea rovers finally captured living footage of them. The transparent dome is completely filled with clear fluid. This unique anatomy solves a very specific optical problem. It maximizes the visual field in the dim twilight zone. The fish hovers motionless while scanning the water above. Their visual system is an evolutionary masterpiece. Nature adapts perfectly to the harshest living conditions here. Fact number 40. Deep-sea gigantism occurs frequently in the dark zones. Invertebrates often grow much larger than their shallow relatives. The giant isopod reaches 30 centimeters in total length. Its coastal cousins measure only a few tiny millimeters. The Japanese spider crab spans for meters across completely. Several environmental factors drive this extreme biological growth. Freezing temperatures drastically slow down overall cellular metabolism. Slower metabolisms directly lead to much longer lifespans. Animals have more time to accumulate massive body mass. The lack of predators allows continuous and steady growth. High pressure might also affect basic cellular division rates. Dissolved oxygen levels increase significantly in very cold water. This abundant oxygen supports larger body sizes in invertebrates. Extreme food scarcity forces animals to travel great distances. Larger bodies are much more efficient for long travel. They can store massive amounts of essential lipid reserves. These fat stores sustain them between rare, sporadic meals. Gigantism remains one of the ocean's greatest mysteries now. Fact number 41 defines the boundaries of the aphotic zone. This specific ocean region represents true, absolute, and eternal darkness. Scientists define this exact region starting at 1,000 meters. Below this specific depth, zero solar photons can ever penetrate. Water molecules absorb all remaining traces of sunlight entirely. The total volume of this dark water is truly immense. It makes up about 3/4 of Earth's total living space. Life here evolved entirely without any solar energy inputs. Photosynthesis becomes physically impossible in this pitch-black underwater realm. Early marine biologists assumed this zone was completely lifeless. Edward Forbes proposed his famous azoic hypothesis in 1843. He stated no life existed below 500 meters deep. Modern deep-sea trawls proved this historical assumption entirely wrong. Thousands of unique species thrive in this deep eternal night. Their biological clocks function perfectly without any solar daylight cues. They rely instead on their own internal metabolic rhythms. This dark environment remains the largest habitat on our planet. Fact number 42 involves the rapid absorption of red light. Ocean water acts as a highly effective spectral color filter. Red wavelengths possess the lowest energy in the visible spectrum. Ocean water completely absorbs red light within the first 10 meters. This physical property creates a unique deep-sea camouflage mechanism. Many deep-sea invertebrates display vibrant crimson or scarlet coloration. At extreme depth, these bright red animals appear entirely black. Their predators lack the visual receptors to detect them. This specific color adaptation functions as a perfect cloaking device. The bloodybelly comb jelly utilizes this exact survival strategy. Scientists discovered this specific ctenophore species in 2001. Its dark red stomach masks the glow of bioluminescent prey. If the stomach were transparent, predators would spot glowing meals. Red pigmentation requires fewer metabolic resources than dark black pigments. This efficiency helps species survive in nutrient-poor abyssal environments. The optical illusion protects them from visual hunters constantly. Deep-sea ecology relies heavily on these strict light absorption rules. Fact number 43 explores bioluminescence as the primary light source. Biological light provides the only illumination in the deep ocean. Over 90% of abyssal animals produce their own light. This biological light generation involves a highly specific chemical reaction. A biological molecule called luciferin reacts directly with molecular oxygen. The enzyme luciferase acts as a necessary biological chemical catalyst. This reaction releases energy strictly in the form of photons. It generates almost zero thermal radiation during the entire process. Scientists call this phenomenon cold light due to its efficiency. Bioluminescence operates at nearly 100% luminous energy efficiency. Animals use these glowing organs for very specific ecological purposes. Some flash bright patterns to startle rapidly approaching hungry predators. Others use subtle, gentle glows to attract potential mating partners. The female anglerfish dangles a glowing lure to attract prey. This fleshy lure contains millions of symbiotic bioluminescent marine bacteria. The bacteria receive a completely safe habitat and steady nutrients. In exchange, they provide the host with a vital hunting tool. Fact number 44 details the historic bathysphere deep ocean dive. Humans first witnessed the deep-sea darkness in 1934. William Beebe and Otis Barton descended in a heavy steel sphere. They called their unique underwater invention the bathysphere. The vessel reached a record depth of 923 meters. They slowly descended off the coast of Nonsuch Island, Bermuda. A single fused quartz window provided their only visual view. Quartz was completely necessary to withstand the immense water pressure. At that specific depth, pressure exceeded 90 standard atmospheres. Beebe observed a bizarre world completely devoid of solar light. He noted the ocean water appeared as a solid, brilliant black. His detailed logs described bizarre, glowing creatures swimming closely by. Many scientists initially doubted the strict accuracy of his reports. They believed such strange animals were simply mere optical illusions. Later robotic submersibles proved all of Beebe's original observations correct. This historic dive fundamentally changed modern marine biology forever. It proved that complex life thrived in absolute, freezing darkness. Fact number 45 explains how water molecules scatter light photons. Pure water is never perfectly transparent to electromagnetic solar radiation. Water molecules naturally scatter and absorb all incoming solar photons. Suspended particulate matter further decreases the overall sunlight penetration depth. In the clearest oceans, light travels slightly further downwards constantly. The Sargasso Sea boasts some of the clearest marine waters worldwide. Even there, absolute darkness begins at roughly 1 kilometer deep. Photons collide with water molecules and lose their fast kinetic energy. This constant molecular collision process is called Rayleigh light scattering. It perfectly explains why shallow ocean water appears distinctly blue. Blue visible wavelengths scatter much more efficiently than other colors. Below 200 meters, only very faint blue light remains. Deep-sea creatures evolved highly sensitive eyes to capture this blue. Their retinas contain extremely dense concentrations of specialized visual pigments. These specialized pigments absorb blue wavelengths with maximum possible efficiency. This adaptation maximizes their vision in the dimmest twilight zones. Fact number 46 examines the tubular eyes of deep-sea fish. Many deep-sea fish developed highly specialized and unusual tubular eyes. The barrel-eye fish possesses the absolute most extreme visual adaptation. Its eyes are shaped exactly like large, cylindrical green binoculars. These tubular structures point directly upward toward the ocean surface. They constantly scan the darkness for faint silhouettes of descending prey. A transparent, fluid-filled shield completely covers its entire delicate head. This dome protects the sensitive eyes from dangerous stinging cnidarians. For decades, researchers firmly believed these eyes remained fixed upwards. In 2009, marine biologists observed a living specimen. They discovered the fish can actually rotate its eyes forward. This forward rotation allows it to see prey directly ahead. The internal eye lenses are massive compared to its body size. These oversized lenses capture the absolute maximum amount of available light. The retinas contain multiple banks of highly sensitive rod cells. They lack cone cells entirely, sacrificing color for extreme light sensitivity. Fact number 47 covers the sensory lateral line in fish. Vision becomes entirely useless in the deepest, darkest ocean trenches. Fish rely instead on a highly advanced lateral line system. This sensory network runs along both sides of their scaly bodies. It consists of tiny, fluid-filled canals located just beneath the skin. Specialized mechanoreceptor cells heavily line the interior of these canals. Neuromasts contain tiny hair cells encased in a gelatinous cupula. These delicate hairs detect microscopic changes in local water pressure. Moving objects displace water, creating subtle hydrodynamic pressure wave ripples. The lateral line registers these faint water ripples almost instantly. This allows a completely blind fish to map its immediate surroundings. It can easily determine the exact size and speed of prey. The system also helps them avoid unseen, rapidly approaching predators. In the deep abyss, water remains incredibly still and undisturbed. This constant stillness makes the lateral line exceptionally accurate and reliable. Even the slight movement of a distant fin triggers a response. Fact number 48 highlights the complete lack of diurnal cycles. The deep ocean experiences absolutely no daily diurnal light cycles. Surface waters transition through dawn, daylight, dusk, and dark night. Below 1,000 meters, the dark environment remains completely static. There are absolutely no seasons, no changing weather, and no solar days. Temperatures hover constantly between 2 and 4 degrees Celsius year-round. This creates the absolute most stable physical habitat on planet Earth. Deep-sea organisms do not possess standard surface circadian biological rhythms. A circadian rhythm relies heavily on sunlight to reset internal clocks. Without solar cues, their biological timing functions in completely different ways. Many species exhibit constant, steady activity levels without strict resting phases. Some researchers suggest they follow tidal or lunar gravitational cycles instead. Tidal movements create very subtle changes in deep ocean water currents. These faint currents might signal optimal times for scavenging and feeding. However, true sleep patterns in abyssal animals remain almost completely unknown. The eternal night demands a completely different biological operational survival mode. Fact number 49 reveals the secrets of the vampire squid. The vampire squid thrives in the deep ocean's darkest anoxic regions. Its scientific Latin name translates to vampire squid from hell. Despite the frightening name, it is a passive, gentle deep-sea scavenger. This unique cephalopod inhabits the extreme ocean oxygen minimum zone. Oxygen saturation here falls below 3% of normal surface levels. Most marine predators simply cannot survive in this suffocating water layer. The vampire squid avoids predators by permanently hiding in this zone. It possesses the lowest mass-specific metabolic rate of any known cephalopod. Its body is covered entirely in tiny light-producing biological organs. It can consciously control the intensity and size of these lights. When threatened, it flails its arms to create confusing glowing flashes. Instead of dark ink, it ejects a thick cloud of glowing mucus. This bioluminescent cloud blinds and confuses potential deep-sea animal attackers. The squid then escapes slowly into the freezing, pitch-black deep water. It feeds almost exclusively on falling detritus and dead surface plankton. Fact number 50 describes the vital importance of falling marine snow. The deep-sea food web relies entirely on a phenomenon called marine snow. Without penetrating sunlight, no deep-water plants or green algae can grow. Nutrients must fall downward from the sunlit surface ocean layers above. Marine snow consists of dead organic matter and falling biological waste. These tiny particles clump together as they slowly descend through the water. A single large flake can take several weeks to reach the bottom. During this descent, bacteria colonize and decompose the sinking organic material. Fact number 51. Deep-sea fish possess highly specialized visual pigments. The most common pigment is called rhodopsin. This protein absorbs blue and green light perfectly. Sunlight loses red wavelengths near the ocean surface. Only blue light penetrates beyond 200 meters. Fish eyes evolved to capture these specific wavelengths. Their retinas pack dense layers of rod cells. Some species have rod cells stacked in tiers. This multibank retina design maximizes photon capture efficiency. A single photon can trigger a visual response. Researchers studied this extreme sensitivity in 2000. They found these eyes operate near physical limits. Such adaptations allow vision in near total blackness. Even faint bioluminescence registers clearly to these predators. This evolutionary trait ensures survival in absolute gloom. They can spot prey from 30 meters away. This distance provides a crucial hunting advantage underwater. Visual processing in their brains is remarkably efficient. Neural pathways filter out background visual noise completely. This ensures they only react to real targets. Energy is never wasted on false visual signals. Fact number 52. Many abyssal creatures feature a reflective eye layer. This structure is known as the tapetum lucidum. It sits directly behind the light-sensitive retina. Incoming light passes through the retinal cells first. The tapetum lucidum then bounces this light back. Photoreceptors get a second chance to absorb photons. This biological mirror dramatically increases overall visual sensitivity. Cats and dogs use a similar optical mechanism. However, deep ocean variants are far more complex. They utilize guanine crystals to achieve maximum reflectivity. These microscopic crystals align perfectly within the tissue. Scientists measured their reflective efficiency at 90%. This adaptation is crucial below 1,000 meters. It helps animals navigate the pitch-black environment. The reflection causes a glowing effect in headlights. Submersibles often record this eerie eye shine phenomenon. It reveals hidden predators lurking in the shadows. This mirror system requires very little metabolic energy. It offers a massive sensory boost for survival. Even the dimmest bacterial glow becomes highly visible. This optical engineering represents millions of years of evolution. Fact number 53. Red coloration acts as an invisibility cloak underwater. Water molecules absorb red light very near the surface. Red wavelengths cannot reach the deep pelagic zones. Below 50 meters, red objects appear completely black. Many deep-sea invertebrates evolved bright red bodies. The bloody belly comb jelly is a prime example. Its crimson stomach hides the glowing prey inside. Without this shield, swallowed bioluminescence would attract predators. Deep-sea shrimp also utilize this crimson camouflage. Their red shells absorb any stray blue light. This makes them practically invisible to roaming hunters. Biologists documented this phenomenon in the 1960s. They brought red specimens to the sunlit surface. The vibrant colors surprised the entire research team. In their natural habitat, these animals remain unseen. Evolution selected red pigment for its optical properties. It is a highly effective passive defense mechanism. Pigment synthesis requires less energy than active camouflage. This efficiency suits the nutrient-poor dark zone perfectly. Animals save calories while remaining hidden from danger. This simple color shift guarantees a longer lifespan. Fact number 54. Counterillumination is a genius form of active camouflage. Downwelling sunlight creates a faint glow from above. Predators look upward to spot silhouettes of prey. Many fish use light organs on their bellies. These photophores emit a dim bluish-green glow. The emitted light matches the background surface illumination. This effectively erases the animal's shadow from below. The lanternfish relies heavily on this exact strategy. It adjusts its brightness to match the time. During twilight, the fish dims its ventral lights. Under a full moon, the photophores glow brighter. Specialized lenses help diffuse the light evenly downward. Researchers measured this light-matching accuracy in laboratories. The precision is flawless down to individual photons. This optical trick confuses predators lurking in deeper water. The hatchetfish also employs this sophisticated light manipulation. Its flattened body minimizes its profile from below. The combination of shape and light ensures survival. This strategy dominates the oceanic twilight zone ecosystem. Millions of creatures perform this daily light show. It represents the most common camouflage on Earth. Fact number 55. The burglar alarm theory explains brilliant bioluminescent flashes. Some organisms light up when attacked by predators. They do not use this light to scare attackers. Instead, the flash acts as a distress signal. The sudden illumination attracts an even larger predator. This secondary predator attacks the original threatening animal. The first prey then escapes in the chaos. Atoller jellyfish utilize this dramatic defense mechanism perfectly. When touched, they produce a mesmerizing rotating light. The blue flashes circle their bell like sirens. Marine biologists recorded this behavior in 2000. The display can last for over 2 minutes. It illuminates the surrounding water for several meters. This strategy relies entirely on the absolute darkness. In a sunlit ocean, the flashes would go unnoticed. The pitch-black backdrop makes the alarm highly visible. Visual predators spot these flashes from great distances. This complex interaction highlights deep-sea food webs. It proves light is a powerful weapon underwater. Survival often depends on attracting a bigger monster. The dark ocean turns into a tactical battlefield. Fact number 56. The deep-sea anglerfish uses a glowing lure. This modified dorsal fin is called an esker. The fish does not produce this light itself. It relies on a symbiotic relationship with bacteria. These bioluminescent bacteria belong to the Vibrio genus. They live inside a specialized pore in the lure. The anglerfish provides nutrients and a safe environment. In return, the bacteria generate continuous blue light. This glow acts as bait in the darkness. Curious prey swim toward the glowing beacon blindly. The anglerfish waits motionless in the freezing water. Its massive jaws snap shut in milliseconds. Scientists first described this mechanism in 1920. They discovered the bacteria cannot survive freely outside. The two organisms are entirely dependent on each other. The anglerfish can control the brightness of the lure. It restricts blood flow to dim the bacterial light. This precise control helps mimic natural prey movements. It is a deadly trap in the eternal night. Only female anglerfish possess this glowing biological apparatus. The males are tiny and lack the lure entirely. Fact number 57. Darkness triggers the largest daily migration on Earth. This event is called diel vertical migration. Billions of zooplankton travel toward the ocean surface. They begin their upward journey at dusk every day. The cover of night protects them from visual predators. They feed on microscopic algae in the surface waters. Before dawn, they descend back into the dark depths. Some species travel over 800 meters vertically. This distance is monumental for such tiny organisms. It equals a human walking 50 miles daily. Sonar operators first noticed this movement during World War II. They observed a false ocean bottom shifting upward. Researchers later identified this layer as dense marine life. This migration transfers massive amounts of carbon downward. The animals excrete waste in the deeper dark zones. This process feeds the isolated benthic ecosystems below. Without this nighttime cycle, deep ocean life would starve. The rhythm of darkness sustains the entire abyssal food web. This biological pump regulates global climate patterns significantly. It removes carbon dioxide from the upper atmosphere. Fact number 58. Marine snow provides the primary deep-sea food source. It consists of organic detritus falling from the surface. Dead phytoplankton and fecal pellets make up the snow. These particles clump together as they slowly descend. The sinking process takes weeks or even months. Particles fall at roughly 100 meters per day. In the dark zone, this snow looks like a blizzard. Submersible lights illuminate millions of drifting white flakes. Many abyssal creatures rely entirely on this falling debris. Vampire squid deploy sticky filaments to catch the snow. They reel in the captured particles for sustenance. Sea cucumbers vacuum the accumulated snow from the seafloor. The nutritional value of marine snow decreases with depth. Bacteria consume the organic matter during the long descent. Only 1% of surface production reaches the bottom. This scarcity limits the biomass of the deep ocean. Animals evolved extreme metabolic efficiency to survive here. Every falling flake represents a crucial energy transfer. The seafloor accumulates this snow over millennia. It forms thick layers of nutrient-rich sediment. Fact number 59. The absence of sunlight creates freezing ocean temperatures. Solar radiation only warms the top mixed layer. Below 200 meters, the water cools rapidly. This transition zone is called the main thermocline. Temperatures plummet from 20 degrees to just 4 degrees. In the abyssal zone, water hovers near freezing. It typically ranges between 1 and 3 degrees Celsius. This extreme cold drastically slows down biological processes. Deep-sea fish possess unique enzymes for cold environments. Their cellular membranes contain high levels of unsaturated fats. This prevents their tissues from stiffening in the cold. The cold water holds more dissolved oxygen than warm water. Deep ocean currents transport this oxygenated water globally. This process originates in the freezing polar regions. Dense cold water sinks and flows along the seafloor. It provides essential oxygen to creatures in the dark. Without this cold circulation, the deep sea would suffocate. The eternal darkness maintains this critical thermal balance. These currents take thousands of years to circulate. They quietly sustain all life in the deepest ocean trenches. Fact number 60. Deep sea darkness contributes to abyssal gigantism. Many invertebrate species grow much larger than shallow relatives. The giant isopod is a famous example of this. It resembles a common pillbug but reaches 30 centimeters. Fact number 61 details the telescope fish's vision. The telescope fish possesses highly specialized tubular eyes. These unique eyes point strictly forward at all times. They lack lateral vision completely in the deep ocean. This adaptation maximizes binocular vision in the dark. Binocular vision helps them judge prey distances very accurately. Their eye lenses are exceptionally large and perfectly spherical. Large lenses gather the faintest traces of residual light. Scientists discovered this strange species in 1901. Its slender, elongated body lacks protective scales entirely. A silvery coating reflects any stray bioluminescent flashes. This reflection acts as a highly effective form of camouflage. Predators struggle to distinguish the fish from the background. The telescope fish remains a master of deep-sea stealth. It swallows prey whole using highly expandable jaws. Its stomach stretches significantly to accommodate massive meals. The fish hovers completely vertically within the dark water. This vertical posture helps it spot silhouettes above. The dark environment makes upward scanning highly effective. Fact number 62 explores the deep scattering layer. Sonar operators discovered a mysterious acoustic phenomenon during wartime. Researchers called this phenomenon the deep scattering layer. Sound waves bounced off an invisible underwater barrier. This false bottom appeared around 400 meters down. It shifted depth according to the time of day. Scientists later realized this layer consisted of living creatures. Millions of lanternfish and zooplankton create this acoustic wall. These animals hide in the dark depths during daylight. They migrate upward under the cover of night. This represents the largest daily mass migration on Earth. The biomass involved exceeds 10 billion metric tons. Gas bladders inside the fish reflect the sonar pulses. The sheer density of bodies physically blocks sound transmission. Early oceanographers mapped this layer globally in 1948. They noted its absence only in extreme polar regions. The dark zone provides essential refuge from visual predators. Without this darkness, surface ecosystems would collapse completely. The deep scattering layer sustains the entire marine food web. Fact number 63 examines the effects of marine snow. Marine snow plays a crucial role in underwater optics. These organic particles drift constantly downward from the surface. They consist of dead algae, fecal matter, and dust. In the twilight zone, these particles scatter incoming photons. This scattering effect diffuses the remaining sunlight significantly. It prevents direct light beams from penetrating much further. The water becomes a hazy, glowing blue visual fog. Visibility drops drastically due to this particulate interference. A single flake of marine snow measures millimeters across. However, billions of flakes create a massive optical barrier. Photographers struggle to capture clear images in this zone. Camera flashes reflect brightly off the falling white debris. Scientists call this visual interference the backscatter effect. Marine snow falls at roughly 100 meters daily. It takes many weeks for particles to reach the abyss. This constant organic rain carries vital carbon downward. The scattering effect guarantees absolute darkness below 1,000 meters. The falling particles absorb any remaining traces of solar radiation. Fact number 64 highlights the bizarre black swallower. The black swallower exhibits perfect adaptation to the abyss. Its skin contains dense concentrations of dark melanin pigment. This pigment absorbs almost all ambient light completely. The fish appears as a literal void in the water. Bioluminescent flashes do not reflect off its dark body. Scientists first documented this peculiar species in 1862. It lives between 700 and 3,000 meters. The fish rarely exceeds 25 centimeters in total length. Despite its small size, it consumes enormous prey. Its highly elastic stomach can expand to hold massive victims. It routinely swallows fish twice its own body length. The prey can weigh 10 times more than the swallower. Sometimes the swallowed meal decomposes before digestion finishes completely. The resulting gases can float the swallower to the surface. Researchers often find these bloated specimens floating completely dead. The extreme darkness necessitates this opportunistic feeding strategy. Meals are incredibly rare in the vast oceanic void. Every encounter with prey requires an absolute physical commitment. Fact number 65 measures exact photon penetration limits. Oceanographers measure photon penetration with extreme precision today. Different oceans exhibit varying degrees of optical clarity. The clearest ocean water exists in the South Pacific Gyre. Here, sunlight reaches depths of roughly 800 meters. However, coastal waters block light much more rapidly. Suspended sediment and plankton absorb photons near the shorelines. In muddy bays, total darkness begins at just 20 meters. Scientists use specialized tools called Sekai discs for measurements. Modern electronic photometers provide even more accurate optical data. A photometer can detect individual photons in the dark. Measurements show a sharp decline in blue light wavelengths. Red light disappears completely within the first 10 meters. Yellow and green wavelengths fade by 50 meters down. Only high-energy blue photons survive past 200 meters. At 1,000 meters, instruments detect zero solar photons. The surrounding water absorbs the electromagnetic radiation completely. This precise physical limit defines the start of the midnight zone. Life below this line exists without any solar energy input. Fact number 66 reveals the evolutionary loss of eyes. Many deep-sea animals have lost their eyes entirely. Evolution discards useless organs to conserve vital energy. Maintaining complex visual systems requires significant metabolic resources. The blind cusk eel exemplifies this extreme biological adaptation. It lives at extreme depths exceeding 8,000 meters. The crushing pressure makes delicate ice structures highly vulnerable. Instead of eyes, it relies on a lateral line system. This system detects minute pressure changes in the water. The eel senses the movement of nearby unseen predators. It also uses highly sensitive olfactory organs for scavenging. Chemical trails guide the blind fish to sunken carcasses. Scientists discovered this eyeless fish in 1952. The Danish Galathea expedition dredged it from the abyss. Embryonic cusk eels actually develop rudimentary eye spots initially. These spots degrade and vanish as the fish matures. Thick skin grows over the empty orbital sockets completely. The eternal darkness renders optical processing entirely obsolete. Energy saved from vision helps the creature survive longer. Fact number 67 introduces the bioluminescent burglar alarm. The Atolla jellyfish utilizes darkness for a unique defense. Scientists call this strategy the bioluminescent burglar alarm. The jellyfish possesses a distinctive deep red body coloration. When attacked, it produces a brilliant circular light display. Flashes of bright blue light ripple around its bell rapidly. These intense flashes illuminate the surrounding dark water. The light is meant to attract a much larger predator. This secondary predator will hopefully eat the original attacker. The jellyfish then escapes into the shadows completely unharmed. The spectacular display can last for several continuous minutes. Researchers first recorded this defensive behavior in the late 90s. The Atolla lives between 1 and 4,000 meters deep. It lacks any venomous tentacles for effective physical defense. Light serves as its only weapon against hungry predators. The flashing pattern strongly resembles a rotating police siren. Engineers have copied this exact pattern for deep-sea cameras. The artificial flashes help lure elusive giant squid nearby. Pitch darkness makes this visual alarm system incredibly effective. Fact number 68 explains the wavelength absorption of seawater. Pure seawater absorbs light energy through direct molecular vibration. Water molecules interact strongly with specific light frequencies. Infrared radiation causes the water molecules to vibrate rapidly. This molecular vibration converts the light energy into physical heat. The ocean surface absorbs all infrared light almost immediately. Ultraviolet light also faces rapid absorption by water molecules. Visible light penetrates slightly further into the water column. The absorption coefficient of seawater dictates this exact process. Red light has a very high absorption coefficient underwater. Blue light has the lowest absorption coefficient in pure water. Therefore, blue light travels the greatest absolute distance underwater. Even in perfectly distilled water, darkness eventually prevails completely. Light intensity always decreases exponentially with increasing water depth. This fundamental mathematical rule is called the Beer-Lambert law. It explains the inevitable onset of the dark abyss. No amount of surface light can conquer these basic physics. The molecular structure of water guarantees an eternal night. Ocean darkness is a fundamental property of liquid water. Fact number 69 explores red coloration as deep-sea camouflage. Red pigmentation serves as the perfect deep-sea camouflage strategy. Many deep-water shrimp and squids display bright red bodies. Under surface lighting, these creatures appear highly conspicuous. However, red light cannot reach the deep ocean layers. Water absorbs all red wavelengths near the ocean surface. In the abyss, an object only reflects its own color. Since no red light exists, red objects reflect absolutely nothing. Consequently, these bright red animals appear completely pitch black. They blend seamlessly into the surrounding dark void. This optical illusion protects them from hungry visual predators. Some predators evolved bioluminescent searchlights to counter this defense. The dragonfish produces a rare red bioluminescent hunting beam. It shines this red light to illuminate hidden prey. The prey cannot see this red light approaching them. Most deep-sea animals lack ocular receptors for red wavelengths. The dragonfish enjoys a private, invisible hunting spotlight. This evolutionary arms race centers entirely around light physics. Color becomes a matter of survival in the deep sea. Fact number 70 recounts the historic bathysphere ocean dives. Humans first witnessed deep-sea darkness in 1930. William Beebe and Otis Barton built the original bathysphere. This heavy steel sphere featured thick fused quartz windows. Quartz resisted the immense pressure better than standard glass. The two men descended off the coast of Bermuda. Beebe carefully documented the fading colors during the dive. He noted the exact depths where specific colors vanished. At 200 meters, the water appeared brilliantly blue. By 400 meters, the blue turned completely black. Beebe described this blackness as an entirely new color. He called it a solid, luminous, and terrifying black. Their deepest dive reached 923 meters. This specific record-breaking descent occurred in 1934. They communicated with the surface using a telephone cable. Beebe reported seeing strange sparks of bioluminescent light outside. His vivid descriptions fascinated the general public almost immediately. These daring dives proved that life existed in total darkness. They successfully opened the door to modern deep-sea exploration. Fact number 71 explores specialized deep-sea visual pigments. These unique biological pigments are scientifically known as rhodopsins. They are perfectly tuned to detect faint blue light. Blue light travels farthest through the dense ocean column. Most sunlight fades entirely within a few hundred meters. Only blue wavelengths successfully reach the murky twilight zone. Fish eyes adapt specifically to this narrow color spectrum. Their retinas contain exceptionally long cylindrical rod cells. These rod cells maximize photon capture in extreme darkness. Scientists measured these visual pigments in isolated laboratory settings. They found peak absorption at 480 nanometers. This matches the exact wavelength of biological light emissions. Deep-sea predators rely heavily on this visual sensitivity. It helps them spot glowing prey from great distances. This specific adaptation took millions of years to develop. Evolution created the perfect biological light detector for darkness. Deep water vision operates near the absolute physical limits. A single photon can trigger a neural response here. This sensitivity is crucial for finding extremely rare food sources. Fact number 72 examines the phenomenon of counter-illumination camouflage. Many midwater creatures use this technique to hide themselves. They possess light-producing organs called photophores on their bellies. These specialized organs emit a very faint blue glow. The glow exactly matches the downwelling residual sunlight above. Predators looking up from below see absolutely nothing unusual. The animal silhouette blends perfectly with the surface light. The marine hatchetfish is a recognized master of this technique. It can precisely adjust the intensity of its glow. Biological sensors monitor the ambient light levels constantly. The fish dims or brightens its photophores accordingly. This dynamic camouflage requires highly precise neural control systems. Researchers first documented this fascinating behavior in 1962. They used specialized submersibles to observe the living animals. This optical trickery defeats highly evolved predator eyes completely. It remains a crucial survival strategy in open water. The camouflage works flawlessly in the dim twilight zone. Shadows disappear completely when the belly lights turn on. This optical illusion keeps the fragile hatchetfish completely hidden. Fact number 73 defines the absolute darkness limit below. The aphotic zone represents true and absolute eternal darkness. This specific region begins at 1,000 meters down. 0 photons of sunlight penetrate past this deep boundary. The water absorbs all remaining incoming electromagnetic radiation entirely. Scientific instruments cannot detect even a single solar photon. The physical properties of water molecules cause this absorption. Photons collide with water molecules and lose their energy. This light energy converts into microscopic amounts of heat. The exact boundary shifts slightly depending on water clarity. Coastal waters reach total darkness at much shallower depths. Clear open ocean waters allow light to travel further. Below 1,000 meters, the only light is biological. Marine snow falls continuously through this pitch-black spatial void. The ambient temperature drops to just 4 degrees Celsius. The dark environment remains completely stable year after year. No seasonal changes ever affect this deep aphotic realm. It is a world permanently locked in midnight conditions. The physical absence of light shapes every ecological interaction here. Fact number 74 reveals the bioluminescent burglar alarm defense. A glowing response triggers immediately when a predator attacks. The startled prey emits a brilliant flash of light. This sudden illumination exposes the attacking predator to others. The bright flash acts as a beacon in the dark. It quickly attracts an even larger secondary ocean predator. The larger predator typically attacks the original immediate threat. This distraction allows the small prey to escape safely. The deep-sea Atolla jellyfish uses this exact mechanism. It produces a rotating pinwheel of bright blue light. The display lasts for several seconds after physical contact. Scientists filmed this defensive behavior using specialized low-light cameras. The groundbreaking footage was successfully captured in 2004. This strategy turns the darkness into a tactical weapon. Light becomes an effective tool for indirect self-defense. The darkness amplifies the visual impact of the alarm. Predators cannot hide once the glowing display activates fully. This elegant defense mechanism saves countless fragile deep-sea lives. The strategy proves highly effective in the open water column. Fact number 75 explains red coloration as deep invisibility. Red pigments provide perfect optical camouflage in the abyss. Ocean water absorbs red wavelengths very close to the surface. Red light disappears completely by 10 meters of depth. Deep-sea environments therefore lack red light photons entirely. Red pigments appear completely black in deep water conditions. Many deep-sea shrimp exhibit bright red body shells. A surface observer sees them as vividly colored animals. A deep-sea predator sees absolutely nothing at all. The red shell reflects no ambient blue light whatsoever. The animal blends seamlessly into the surrounding pitch blackness. Biologists collected these red specimens during early ocean expeditions. They initially wondered why such bright colors existed there. Optical physics eventually provided the clear and simple answer. The red coloration serves purely as an optical cloaking device. It is an elegant biological solution for dark survival. This passive camouflage requires zero energy from the animal. The darkness naturally hides any creature wearing red armor. Evolution utilized the physics of light absorption perfectly here. Fact number 76 details the first deep-sea anglerfish discovery. The very first specimen was actually discovered entirely by accident. A Danish scientific expedition found it in 1833. The dead specimen washed ashore on the coast of Greenland. It measured roughly 50 centimeters in total body length. Scientists had never seen such a bizarre marine creature. The fish featured a highly modified dorsal fin spine. This elongated spine acted as a biological fishing rod. The end of the rod contained a fleshy glowing lure. Later research revealed this lure produces its own biological light. Symbiotic bacteria live inside the glowing appendage to provide illumination. The fish uses this light to attract unsuspecting deep prey. The anglerfish remains perfectly motionless in the dark water. It waits patiently for prey to approach the glowing light. This specific discovery opened a new chapter in marine biology. It proved complex predatory life existed in total ocean darkness. The anglerfish remains an iconic symbol of the deep abyss. Scientists continue to study these fascinating deep water predators today. Fact number 77 explores the reflective eyes of deep sharks. Deep-sea sharks possess a mirrored layer behind their retinas. This specialized anatomical feature is called the tapetum lucidum. It reflects any incoming light back through the retinal tissue. This gives photoreceptor cells a second chance at photon detection. The mechanism effectively doubles the visual sensitivity of the shark. Lantern sharks use this specific feature to hunt in darkness. The reflective crystals consist of microscopic flat guanine plates. These plates align perfectly to maximize optical light reflection. The shark eye can detect faint bioluminescence from far away. During the day, dark pigment cells cover the reflective layer. This protects the highly sensitive retina from rare bright flashes. The pigment cells retract completely in total darkness conditions. Researchers measured this incredible optical efficiency in the laboratory. They found it easily surpasses feline night vision capabilities. The shark becomes a master hunter in the pitch black. This ocular adaptation ensures their survival in the deep ocean. Fact number 78 connects extreme darkness to deep-sea gigantism. Many invertebrate species grow unusually large in the deep abyss. The giant deep-sea isopod reaches up to 40 centimeters long. Its shallow water relatives measure only a few centimeters across. The complete lack of light eliminates visual surface predation pressure. Animals can safely invest more biological energy into physical growth. Freezing temperatures also severely slow down their basal metabolic rates. Slower metabolisms often result in significantly longer individual lifespans. Increased cellular lifespan allows for continuous and steady physical expansion. The giant squid is another classic example of this phenomenon. It frequently grows up to 13 meters in total length. Scientists first proposed the gigantism theory in 1977. The dark environment provides a highly stable, unchanging marine habitat. These creatures grow slowly but steadily over many long decades. Darkness provides a safe haven for these massive gentle giants. They roam the pitch-black seafloor without any natural predators. Their enormous size helps them cover vast distances for food. Gigantism represents a highly successful evolutionary strategy in the dark. Fact number 79 investigates the glowing mucus of vampire squids. The deep-sea vampire squid does not produce black ink. Black ink is completely useless in the pitch-black deep ocean. Instead, this unique creature ejects a cloud of glowing mucus. The sticky substance contains countless tiny bioluminescent chemical particles. The glowing cloud confuses and dazzles any potential deep predators. It creates a brilliant curtain of light in the darkness. The squid then swims away safely into the surrounding shadows. The expelled mucus glows brightly for up to 10 minutes. The animal possesses specialized storage glands at its arm tips. These glands manufacture and release the glowing defensive material. The vampire squid lives deep within the oxygen minimum zone. This specific layer sits between 600 and 900 meters. The dark environment requires highly unique biological defensive adaptations. The glowing ink substitute perfectly solves this specific environmental challenge. It uses the dark background to maximize the visual distraction. The vampire squid survives by mastering biological light manipulation. Fact number 80 examines the lack of solar circadian rhythms. Deep-sea organisms lack traditional sun-based biological timekeeping rhythms. Sunlight never reaches their eternal midnight marine environment at all. They cannot use dawn or dusk to synchronize biological clocks. Instead, these deep animals rely on alternative external environmental cues. Fact number 81 explores the phenomenon of marine snow. Marine snow provides vital nutrients to the dark abyss. This continuous shower consists of falling organic detritus. Dead algae and microscopic animals sink from the surface. The descent takes weeks or even months to complete. Particles sink at roughly 100 meters per day. Only 1% of surface organic matter reaches the bottom. This tiny fraction sustains most benthic deep-sea ecosystems. Carbon flux measurements help scientists track global ocean health. Researchers use sediment traps to collect these falling particles. Analysis reveals seasonal variations in deep ocean nourishment. Spring blooms at the surface create heavy marine snowfall. Winter brings a severe scarcity of falling organic material. Deep-sea scavengers rely heavily on these predictable seasonal pulses. Microbes break down the remaining carbon in the sediment. This process sequesters carbon safely away from the atmosphere. The dark ocean floor acts as a massive carbon sink. Global climate models incorporate this deep ocean carbon storage. Understanding marine snow explains life in total darkness. Fact number 82 examines the bizarre barrel-eye fish. The barrel-eye fish possesses a highly unusual visual system. Its head contains a transparent, fluid-filled biological dome. Two large green lenses sit inside this clear shield. These tubular eyes point directly upward toward the surface. They scan the darkness for silhouettes of overhead prey. Green pigment in the lenses filter out remaining sunlight. This filtering helps distinguish bioluminescent prey from ambient light. Scientists first described this rare species in 1939. Early biological specimens were damaged during the trawling process. Researchers only observed the intact head in 2004. Remotely operated vehicles captured live footage at extreme depth. The fish lives between 600 and 800 meters. It hovers motionless in the water column for several hours. Large flat fins provide exceptional stability in the ocean currents. When prey appears, the eyes rotate forward inside the head. The fish then strikes its target with remarkable precision. This adaptation represents a perfect evolutionary response to darkness. Fact number 83 details the colossal squid visual system. The colossal squid possesses the largest eyes on Earth. Each spherical eye measures up to 27 centimeters across. This massive diameter roughly equals the size of a dinner plate. The dark pupil alone spans 9 centimeters in width. Such massive eyes maximize light capture in the abyss. These creatures inhabit the freezing waters of the Southern Ocean. They dwell at depths exceeding 1,000 meters below. Total darkness prevails throughout their entire aquatic habitat. Large lenses gather the faintest traces of bioluminescent light. The visual cortex of the squid processes these signals rapidly. Their primary natural predators are massive hunting sperm whales. The squid spots this faint glowing wake from miles afar. Early visual detection allows the squid to plan an escape. Mathematical models explain the biological necessity of these giant eyes. Smaller eyes cannot detect large moving objects in total darkness. Only massive lenses provide sufficient resolution at these extreme depths. Evolution favored extreme ocular growth in this harsh environment. Fact number 84 explains light absorption in the ocean. Water absorbs different wavelengths of light at varying rates. Red light disappears first in the vertical ocean column. It vanishes completely below 10 meters of water depth. Blue light penetrates the furthest into the dense liquid. This physical property heavily shapes deep-sea animal coloration. Many deep-sea crustaceans possess bright red biological exoskeletons. At depths of 500 meters, red appears entirely black. No red light exists to reflect off their biological bodies. This creates perfect natural camouflage in the dim twilight zone. Predators cannot see these red animals against the dark background. The bloodbelly comb jelly utilizes this exact optical trick. Its crimson stomach hides the glowing bioluminescence of swallowed prey. Marine biologists use specialized artificial lights to reveal true colors. White strobes illuminate the hidden red hues of the deep. Animals never see these vibrant colors in their natural state. Their visual systems completely lack the receptors for red light. The entire deep ecosystem operates in shades of blue and black. Fact number 85 reveals the existence of underwater lakes. Underwater lakes exist at the very bottom of the ocean. Scientists call these dense liquid formations deep-sea brine pools. The water inside them is extremely rich in dissolved salts. Salinity levels reach up to 8 times that of standard seawater. This high density prevents mixing with the surrounding ocean water. The pools feature distinct physical shorelines and visible surface ripples. Toxic chemicals like hydrogen sulfide saturate the dense fluid. Any standard marine animal entering the pool dies almost immediately. Researchers found the first brine pool in the Gulf of Mexico. They discovered it during a 1990 acoustic survey mission. Specialized extremophile bacteria thrive along the toxic pool edges. These microbes convert the toxic methane into usable cellular energy. Dense beds of deep-sea mussels surround the toxic chemical shores. The mussels harbor symbiotic bacteria inside their specialized gills. These ecosystems function entirely independently of surface sunlight energy. Submersibles must use extra mechanical thrust to penetrate the dense brine. The pools represent alien landscapes hidden in eternal oceanic darkness. Fact number 86 highlights a unique bacterial symbiotic relationship. Many deep-sea creatures cultivate their own biological light sources. They rely on a specific bacterium called Alea vibrio fischeri. These glowing microbes live inside specialized internal light organs. The host animal provides a safe, nutrient-rich biological environment. In return, the bacteria produce continuous blue-green ambient light. The Hawaiian bobtail squid masters this unique symbiotic relationship. It uses the bacterial light for counter-illumination predator camouflage. The squid matches the faint moonlight filtering from the surface above. Every morning, the squid expels most of its bacterial colony. It vents 95% of the microbes into the water. The remaining bacteria multiply rapidly throughout the daylight hours. By nightfall, the biological light organ is fully recharged again. This daily cycle ensures maximum brightness and overall bacterial health. Scientists study this relationship to understand complex animal immunology. The squid immune system specifically recognizes this one bacterial strain. It destroys all other invading foreign microbes almost immediately. This precise cellular communication remains a subject of intense scientific study. Fact number 87 covers the discovery of hydrothermal vents. Scientists discovered deep-sea hydrothermal vents in 1977. The research submersible Alvin descended in the dark Galapagos Rift. Geologists originally sought physical evidence of underwater volcanic activity. They expected to find a completely barren, lifeless rocky landscape. Instead, they encountered thriving biological communities in total darkness. Giant tube worms measured over 2 meters in total length. Fields of massive white clams covered the dark basalt rocks. The water temperature near the vents reached 400 degrees. Extreme hydrostatic pressure kept the boiling water in a liquid state. This single discovery completely revolutionized the field of marine biology. It proved that photosynthesis is not required for complex life. Chemosynthesis serves as the primary energy production method down here. Minerals from the earth replace sunlight as the fundamental energy source. Over 600 new species have been identified since then. Their existence changed our parameters in the search for extraterrestrial life. Oceanographers now map vent locations across global mid-ocean tectonic ridges. Fact number 88 describes the deep ocean acoustic channel. Sound travels uniquely through the different deep ocean layers. A specific acoustic pathway exists called the SOFAR channel. SOFAR stands for sound fixing and ranging in oceanography. It typically lies between 800 and 1,000 meters deep. At this specific depth, the speed of sound reaches its minimum. Temperature and pressure interact to create this unique acoustic waveguide. Low-frequency sound waves become trapped within this specific water layer. The sound waves refract back and forth without hitting the bottom. This continuous refraction prevents acoustic energy from dissipating quickly. Sound can travel thousands of kilometers across entire ocean basins. Baleen whales utilize this channel for long-distance biological communication. Their low moans carry across vast stretches of dark water. The United States Navy discovered the channel in 1944. They originally used it to locate downed military pilots at sea. Today, scientists use the channel to monitor global ocean temperatures. Sound speed changes based on the overall warmth of the water. Fact number 89 reveals the lifespan of black corals. Deep-sea creatures often exhibit truly extraordinary biological lifespans. Black corals represent the oldest known living marine organisms. They grow slowly in the lightless depths of the global ocean. Researchers found a specimen belonging to the genus Leopithis. Radiocarbon dating revealed its exact age to be 4,000 years. This coral began growing during the construction of the Egyptian pyramids. The extreme cold slows their metabolic rates down significantly. Water temperatures hover just barely above the absolute freezing point. Growth rates average merely a few micrometers per year. Their dark skeletons consist of hard, dense biological protein compounds. Living tissue only covers the outermost layer of the intricate branches. These corals form intricate forests on seamounts and rocky outcrops. The branching structures provide crucial habitat for other deep-sea invertebrates. Many fish species lay their eggs within the protective coral branches. Bottom trawling fishing methods can destroy millennia of growth instantly. Conservation efforts now focus on protecting these ancient deep-water forests. Fact number 90 examines the ecology of whale falls. A sunken whale carcass creates a temporary deep-sea biological oasis. Scientists refer to this unique ecological phenomenon as a whale fall. A 40-ton whale delivers thousands of years of typical nutrients. Mobile scavengers detect the chemical scent plume from miles away. Sleeper sharks and hagfish arrive within the first few days. They rapidly strip the soft tissue from the massive skeletal bones. Fact number 91. Massive underwater lakes exist on the deep ocean floor. Scientists call these formations deep-sea brine pools. They first discovered these pools in 1984. The water inside them is incredibly dense and heavy. Salinity levels reach up to 20% in places. This is 5 times higher than normal ocean seawater. The heavy brine settles into depressions on the seabed. It creates a distinct surface beneath the ocean water. Submersibles can actually float on these dense underwater lakes. The fluid contains high concentrations of toxic dissolved methane. Most marine animals cannot survive inside the salty brine. Creatures entering the pool quickly go into toxic shock. However, specialized mussel beds line the pool shores perfectly. These mussels host unique symbiotic bacteria in their gills. The bacteria convert the toxic methane into usable energy. This localized ecosystem thrives in complete and total darkness. Researchers map these pools using advanced sonar scanning equipment. They study them to understand extreme biological survival mechanisms. Some pools measure over 20 meters across the seabed. Fact number 92. Many deep-sea creatures exhibit a phenomenon called gigantism. Invertebrates grow much larger than their shallow water relatives. The giant deep-sea isopod is a prime example. It can reach 50 centimeters in total body length. Shallow water isopods rarely exceed 2 centimeters in size. Scientists debate the exact causes of this dramatic growth. Extremely cold temperatures play a major role down here. The water remains near 2 degrees Celsius year-round. Cold environments significantly slow down animal cellular growth rates. This delayed sexual maturity allows for longer growth periods. Food scarcity also contributes to this biological evolutionary adaptation. Larger bodies can store more energy reserves very efficiently. They can survive for months without finding a meal. Giant squids also demonstrate this remarkable evolutionary size trait. They grow up to 13 meters in the dark. Increased hydrostatic pressure might also affect their cell size. These giant animals move with slow and deliberate motions. Their lowered metabolic rates ensure maximum bodily energy conservation. Fact number 93. Sound travels vast distances through the deep ocean water. A specific acoustic layer exists at intermediate ocean depths. Scientists call this phenomenon the deep sound channel layer. It is also known globally as the SOFAR channel. Researchers first identified this layer in 1944. It typically sits around 1,000 meters deep underwater. Water temperature and pressure create a unique density here. This density traps sound waves within a horizontal plane. Acoustic signals bounce back and forth inside this channel. They do not scatter into the surface or bottom. Low-frequency sounds can travel for thousands of kilometers. Baleen whales utilize this channel for long-distance communication. Their songs cross entire ocean basins without losing clarity. The speed of acoustic sound here is relatively minimal. It travels at roughly 1,400 meters per second. This precise speed prevents the sound waves from dissipating. The ocean acts as a massive global acoustic network. Fact number 94. The abyssal plain is covered in thick sedimentary ooze. This soft sediment accumulates at an incredibly slow rate. It primarily consists of fallen biological marine snow particles. These particles take weeks to reach the ocean floor. They drift down from the sunlit surface zones above. The accumulation rate averages 1 centimeter per 1,000 years. Some areas see even slower deposition rates over time. This means a single meter of deep-sea mud represents ages. It holds 100,000 years of Earth history. Scientists extract core samples from this thick muddy layer. These cores contain microscopic fossils of ancient marine plankton. The deep sediment also traps vast amounts of global carbon. This process helps regulate the atmospheric temperature of Earth. The deep mud is incredibly soft and easily disturbed. Deep-sea currents occasionally sweep across these flat plains. They create delicate ripples in the ancient soft sediment. These geological records remain undisturbed for millions of years. Fact number 95. Coral reefs also exist in the deep dark ocean. They do not require sunlight to survive and grow. Shallow corals rely on photosynthetic algae for their food. Deep-sea corals lack these symbiotic plant partners entirely. Instead, they capture passing zooplankton with their feeding tentacles. Lophelia pertusa is the most common deep-water coral. It forms massive skeletal thickets at 3,000 meters deep. These reefs grow exceptionally slowly in the freezing water. They expand by just a few millimeters each year. Radiocarbon dating reveals the true age of these structures. Some living deep-sea reefs are 8,000 years old. They provide crucial habitat for countless other marine species. These ecosystems thrive in waters near 4 degrees Celsius. Scientists use remotely operated vehicles to study these reefs. They map the coral mounds using high-resolution sonar. The skeletal structures are made of pure calcium carbonate. They are highly sensitive to changes in ocean acidity. Fact number 96. Abyssal hills are the most common landform on Earth. They cover approximately 30% of the ocean floor. These small topographic features rise above the abyssal plain. They typically measure between 100 and several hundreds of meters high. Their overall widths range from a few to several kilometers. Most abyssal hills form at mid-ocean tectonic ridges. Magma rises and cools as tectonic plates pull apart. Faulting creates parallel ridges along the active spreading center. Over millions of years, marine snow blankets these hills. The soft sediment softens their sharp volcanic geological outlines. They eventually become smooth bumps on the flat ocean floor. Despite their abundance, they remain largely unexplored by human scientists. They deeply influence the flow of deep ocean water currents. Water moving past these hills creates complex turbulent eddies. This underwater turbulence helps mix different layers of ocean water. It distributes vital nutrients across the vast flat abyssal plains. These invisible hills silently shape global ocean circulation patterns. Fact number 97. Strange metallic rocks litter certain parts of the seabed. Scientists call them polymetallic or manganese deep-sea nodules. They look like dark, lumpy potatoes resting on mud. These nodules grow at an astonishingly slow biological pace. They add just 1 millimeter every single million years. Metals precipitate from the seawater onto a central core. This central core is often a sharp tooth or shell fragment. The nodules contain high concentrations of valuable rare metals. Manganese, nickel, copper, and cobalt are densely packed inside. The Clarion-Clipperton Zone holds billions of these nodules. This massive zone spans across the central Pacific Ocean floor. The water depth here averages around 4,000 meters. Stalked sponges use the hard nodules as anchor points. The formation process requires extremely low sediment deposition rates. Otherwise, the slow-growing nodules would simply be buried entirely. They record millions of years of ocean chemical history. These silent stones sit perfectly still in the dark. Fact number 98. A sunken whale carcass creates a temporary deep ecosystem. Marine biologists refer to this unique event as a whale fall. A single carcass delivers massive amounts of sudden organic matter. It equals thousands of years of normal marine snow accumulation. The biological succession occurs in 3 distinct scientific stages. First, mobile scavengers strip the soft tissue completely away. Sleeper sharks and hagfish consume the meat within months. Next, the enrichment opportunist stage begins around the bones. This second biological phase can last for up to 2 years. Finally, the sulfophilic stage takes over the remaining skeleton. Specialized bacteria break down the lipids inside the bones. This bacterial process produces hydrogen sulfide as a byproduct. Chemosynthetic organisms utilize this sulfide for vital chemical energy. Ozdax worms secrete acid to dissolve the hard bone matrix. They absorb the trapped fats without having a functional mouth. This final stage can sustain deep life for 50 years. The bones eventually crumble into dust on the seabed. Fact number 99. The deepest parts of the ocean are the Hadal trenches. They form steep, V-shaped depressions in the ocean seafloor. These trenches occur at active tectonic plate subduction zones. One heavy oceanic plate slides beneath another lighter plate. This geological collision drags the crust downward into the mantle. Depths here plunge below 6,000 meters into absolute darkness. The Mariana Trench is the most famous of these formations. Hydrostatic pressure in these trenches is incredibly severe today. It reaches 1,000 times the standard atmospheric pressure. This extreme physical force compresses the very cells of animals. Normal proteins fail to function under such immense crushing weight. Hadal creatures evolved specialized molecules to counteract this pressure. Piezolites act as structural supports for their delicate proteins. Trench environments are highly isolated from the surrounding plains. This geographic isolation drives high rates of unique species evolution. Amphipods and snailfish dominate these extreme deep-sea ecosystems. They navigate the steep, rocky walls in absolute blackness. Fact number 100. The deep ocean operates on an incredibly vast timescale. Water at the bottom moves through a slow global cycle. Scientists call this the global thermohaline ocean circulation system. Cold, dense water sinks near the frozen polar regions. It creeps slowly along the bottom of the world. This deep water journey takes roughly 1,000 years. Water currently in the deep Pacific sank centuries ago. This ancient water carries dissolved oxygen to the abyss. It sustains all the biological respiration in the deep sea. The deep ocean holds 90% of Earth's habitable space. It remains the most stable environment on our entire planet. Temperatures and pressures here have not changed for millennia. It is a vast realm of eternal night and silence. The deep sea connects all the major oceans of Earth.